What moment in an argument made you realize this person is an idiot and there is no winning scenario? When he countered my fact-based argument with "that's just your opinion." No, dude, it's not. I just listed the responsibilities on your job description. One of my many stories from working in a discount shoe store. Woman with 3 boys under the age of 12 come in. Woman goes up to the counter. Woman, I need to exchange these shoes in for a different size. Me, okay, let me get that started for you. Normally we can exchange shoes in for the same model just in a size up or down. It's pretty common for parents to buy shoes underestimating how much their kids have grown and come in for a bigger size. Anyway, I open the box. The shoes are completely trashed. Toe blown out, the sole is peeling off, and they smell to high heaven. Me, ma'am, I'm sorry but I can't make an exchange for these shoes. Woman, well, why not? Me, I wouldn't be able to resell them but I think we still have this style if you wanted to purchase a new pair. Woman, why can't I just exchange these shoes for a bigger size? Insert store name here has always let me exchange shoes when my kid grows out of them. Me, ma'am, I'm sorry that someone has told you we do that but that's not a policy we have. I can return or exchange shoes that are in good enough condition to be resold but I can't resell these. Woman, other stores have let me exchange them. Me, which store have you done this with? Woman, can I speak to your manager? And that's when I knew, there we no winning with this bitch. He had an aversion to Stephen King. Thought Stephen King only wrote gory trash with no redeeming value. That everyone who reads Stephen King had mental issues. And his favorite movie was The Shawshank Redemption. Even after I showed the credits both on IMDb and Wikipedia, he refused to believe that degenerate Stephen King was in any way, shape, or form involved with his dearly beloved film. Back when I was 10 or something, my older sister yelled at me for swearing. I was not swearing, I was just yelling really loud. Probably shouldn't have been, but whatever. After I point this out, she continues to tell me that yelling and swearing are the same thing, and in order to prove it she whispered fuck. I wish we weren't related. When she kept trying to change the subject, every time she realized she was wrong, I stayed with verifiable facts. She went all over the map, bringing up shit I did like 5 years ago. You can't turn right at this red light. The sign says so right there. Well, you burnt that Kraft dinner that one time. You didn't read those instructions, did you? Who the hell burns Kraft dinner? You can't turn right at this red light. The sign says so right there. We had a new assistant at work who was not fitting in with the team. I sat her down and talked to her about expectations and reviewed the responsibilities of the position several times. In one last effort to help her, I thought I'd see which parts of the job she liked. I asked her, "What skill do you think is your strongest skill?" And she said, "Delegating." This friend of mine was always late when we wanted to hang out. Sometimes she even cancelled last minute, 10 minutes before the time we were supposed to meet. I once made a joke saying we all knew she was the worst when having to meet her because she was so unorganized and cancelled so many events. A few days before she was leaving for college we were meant to meet, so I arrived late knowing she was going to be anyway, waited for her for about an hour or so, but it was the last day I could meet with her, so I didn't mind that much and I asked a friend to wait with me. I received a message 1.5 hours later saying, "I'm not coming and don't even bother me asking why, I don't have to justify when I arrive later." That day I realized she wasn't worth it, because yes, I deserve an explanation when waiting you for almost 2 hours. An old roommate of mine was trying to say we were blackmailing her when we were asking her to take out her trash, etc. She said, "Watch the Lizzie McGuire movie, there's blackmail in there and it's obvious that's what you're doing to me." I believe it goes without saying that she never cleaned up after herself, nor did she understand that movie. It ended up being a win-win situation. After a week of constant arguing and telling my now ex-boyfriend and telling him in no uncertain terms that we are over, he came to me one morning and said, "Well, if you don't want to work on this, I don't think we should be together anymore." I just agreed. Someone who is dating my roommate considers herself to be environmentally conscious. She claimed that napkins were bad for the environment and they increase one's carbon footprint. She ranted about it to me in my own home, even though I don't even buy napkins. Maybe a week or so later, she noticed I use a reusable coffee filter and berated me for not using disposable paper filters. I told her that using a reusable filter cuts down on the amount of waste that we produce when brewing coffee, so, not only do I not contribute to filling up landfills with paper filters, but I also save money from not buying them in the first place and just cleaning the plastic one. She told me that since paper filters are biodegradable, there is no reason for me to refrain from using them. But napkins are made of paper. Napkins are made of paper. She literally just wanted to stand on a soapbox and hear herself talk. She derives pleasure from telling others that they are wrong, regardless of whether or not they are actually wrong. There is no winning an argument with her. In class we were discussing what would happen if the sun disappeared, and this one girl said we would all fly off the earth. I told her the earth has its own gravitational pull and she just said no, it doesn't. So I said, "Do you know what gravity is?" She says yes. I say, "It's the force that pulls you to the ground, right?" She says yes. So I point out the window to the sun and say, "If the sun is up there, then I point to the ground, how does it pull us down?" She says, "I don't know, but it just does." Stop trying to make me feel dumb. I saw this in a YouTube video once about what would happen if the sun disappeared. I just walked away. When my SIL told me that liberals in power, last administration, were using cell towers to burn the soles of the feet of registered Republican voters. Like cell towers were some sort of sci-fi weaponry that could tap into the voting database and then laser target individuals. When I told her this was science fiction, she insisted it had happened to her. Same SIL tried to convince me that during his first term in office, Obama had visited a hospital where a series of late-term abortions had failed in that the babies were born alive. She said that doctors had put the babies into a supply closet to wait for them to die, and that Obama had stood guard at the door. Just, what do you say to that? Sometimes the idiocy is so strong, that you just have to not bother making an effort, as an act of self-preservation. If you want to see more daily Reddit stories, subscribe and turn the notifications on. Also update the video for good luck today. Thanks for watching.